Episode 1 was good, and I think episode 2 in my opinion is only going to be better. We're going to see more brutality from Kane, Monet's queenpin traits showing, the love triangle between Tariq and Lauren and Diana, and Ghost's funeral. I'm breaking down what to expect in episode 2, as well as my predictions for the episode. Welcome to Movie Bar, and let's talk the predictions for episode 2. Episode 1 was really fast paced and got straight into the action in my opinion. They had a lot of characters to introduce and they did that pretty well. They had a lot of storylines going on simultaneously and they handled that pretty well too. Episode 2 is going to be no different. We're going to see Tariq's love triangle, Tariq Zeke at college, maybe a bit more of Braden. He'll probably want in on the drug game and want to work with Tariq again. Tasha and Davis McLean getting to work on their defense, Cooper Saxe and Tariq, and finally, after a long time, Ghost's funeral. I've got a lot I want to say on the Ghost's funeral and I'll come to that near to the end of the video. But just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash the subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing you storyline breakdowns, character breakdowns, and even episode reviews and recaps weekly as well. So be sure to be a subscriber and turn on the post notification bell. Now let's talk episode 2, and we're going to see that scene where Monet is laying down the law to Diana and Kane. She's talking about the difference between family and blood, and in my opinion she's talking about Tariq. Because I'm sure by this scene, I'm sure Tariq would have already approached Monet in working for her, or at least spoke to Zeke about getting introduced to Monet. Because Tariq is going to have to raise some more cash in this episode. That 50k doesn't cover Davis McLean. He made that clear to Tariq, so he still owes him 450k. Hopefully we'll see Tariq approaching Monet. I'm sure we'll see this, and I want to see more of that fear that she strikes into people. Hopefully we'll see it. And well, Frank, who is Frank? He's probably someone that's worked with Monet or Lorenzo Tejada. He tells Monet that Lorenzo said hit her up. So I think we'll see that scene where we saw in the trailer where Monet is talking to Lorenzo, because I'm sure by that time we get to this part in the episode, Tariq's probably already approached Monet, like I said before, about working with her, and they're going to have that conversation about whether they can trust him, especially because in comes Shalim Ortiz, who's going to be playing Danilo Ramirez. We saw a snippet of him when he came to Monet's house last week in episode 1. He's an NYPD officer, so Monet's going to be using his connections to find out everything on Tariq St. Patrick. Hopefully we see this scene here where she opens the envelope, because I want to know what's in that envelope. Why is Monet so shocked at what she's read or seen? What's the connection to Tariq? Is there a connection to Tasha or Ghost? This is what I'm looking forward to in this episode. Or even the connection to be Breeze. I mentioned this in one of my other previous videos. I'd love it for it to be Breeze, because then it just creates this suspense about us meeting this character in Power Book 3 Raising Kanan. Let's just see what happens with this in episode 2. Now what I want to see is Kane and Tariq coming face to face in this episode, and it looks like it's going to happen. Kane's going to tell him a few laws that he needs to abide by. Whatever happens in our house stays in our house. And I think Tariq is not going to like this, but let's see how he handles himself, because I don't think Tariq will like taking orders from Kane. And Kane, well, he's definitely going to be popping someone again in this episode. I made reference to Ghost and Tommy's entrance in the very first episode of the original Power series, saying they laid down the marker by killing Miguel Alvarez. And it genuinely looked like Kane is laying down the same marker in these first 2 episodes. He's really going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I can't wait to see more of him. But I just hope our boy Tariq can handle him. And this quote, I have a feeling we're going to hear it time and time again. You either end up dead or in jail. And it's the exact same quote we heard Ghost tell Tariq, and we've now heard 3 people say this. Uncle Gabe, Monet and Ghost, if I'm not wrong. And we're going to hear Monet say it to Diana, maybe in this episode or the coming episodes. But I don't think this quote is a coincidence. I think it's been passed down from somewhere, or should I say someone. And somewhere along the lines there has to be a link between Ghost and Monet. And it's actually got me thinking whether there's a real connection between Monet and Ghost after all. Could they be brother and sister? And could Courtney Kemp's comments about saying Ghost has a brother just be throwing us off? I wouldn't be surprised if this was the case. I'm not creating theories or anything. Personally, I don't like to use the word theory. It's more my opinion, just kind of putting 2 and 2 together really. So yeah, that quote really does have to mean something. Or maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. And Monet, I think she's really going to be warning Diana. I don't think she wants her having to do anything with Tariq. We've seen how much of a tough family they are, and Tariq is going to have to ask for permission from Zeke to take Diana out. Now correct me if I'm wrong, which kind of kid in this day and age has to ask for permission? Yeah, sure, it used to happen a while ago, but then I start to wonder, is Tariq going to be playing a game from the inside? Does he actually like Diana, or is he getting close to the family for one thing only? But anyway, it's only a matter of time before he breaks one of their hearts, either Lauren or Diana, and in my opinion, one of them is gonna die. Maybe not in this episode, but I'm thinking Lauren because she's innocent. She might get tangled up into Tariq's double life and start to find out things she wishes she never knew about him. And well, Effie, I'm not sure where she currently stands with Tariq at the moment. I don't think Tariq is going to be going back to her unless he needs something like product or anything like that. And that product that Tariq took from Effie, she's got a connect, and I'm wondering who that connect is. Could the connect be Monet? But anyway, just before I talk about Ghost's funeral coming up in episode 2, I just wanted to touch on Drew and Tariq because I forgot to mention it in my original episode recap for episode 1. But that stare that Drew gave Tariq, damn, I did not like the way he looked at him. Either he fancies Tariq, or my guess is he just doesn't like the look of Tariq and he's got a feeling that this kid is bad news for the Tejada family. Either way, I don't think this is the last we've seen between Drew and Tariq. But with all of that being said, now let's talk about Ghost's funeral. We're finally going to see it. It's a closed casket and we're finally going to see his funeral. It was either going to be Grandma Estelle's or Ghost's funeral. There still may be another funeral for Grandma Estelle later on in the series. I think actually Kane is going to kill her. But let's just wait and find out. This is definitely Ghost's funeral. And is Tasha going to be released for Ghost's funeral? Now if she is, to me it doesn't make sense that she's allowed to, because they already know she's an accomplice in Ghost's murder. They know she's not the one who pulled the trigger, but she's not exactly hiding the fact that she wanted him dead. So I don't see why they would let her out, but technically Ghost is still her husband, so I don't know. But if we don't see that scene of Tasha at the funeral, then we know for sure there's going to be another funeral down the line, and that has to be Grandma Estelle's funeral. And well, will we see Tommy at Ghost's funeral? I don't think so. I genuinely don't think he'll be back this soon. I've already spoken about Tommy potentially returning in book 2 to deal with Tasha in this video, so I'll leave a link to it in the description and in the comment section down below. But I don't think Tommy will be back for Ghost's funeral, and that's a shame because I'm sure he'd want to say his respects and bury his brother, if indeed Ghost is in that casket, that is. Now we're going to see Rashad Tate carrying Ghost's casket as well. He's going to be so smug in this episode. He's replaced Sax as the, I don't know, maybe the annoying one. Sax I kind of liked after the first episode, but Tate, he gets on my nerves. He's a great actor though. Hopefully he gets his own spin-off because he's a very underrated actor, and that spin-off in my opinion can be something like a House of Cards kind of type of show. So those are my predictions and breakdown for episode 2 of Power Book 2 Ghost. I'll be back with an episode review and recap on Sunday as well, so if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button for everything power related. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.